All right, so we're diving into all this stuff about using blogging to help a business grow.
Right.
We've got this article, guest blog post by Simply Sunni on the Naaman creative website.
Right.
Get ready for some serious aha moments, because even if you think you know about blogging, this deep dive is going to reveal some seriously smart strategies.
Yeah, this Simply Sunny post is fascinating.
Okay.
They emphasize that blogging is more than just writing and posting articles.
Yeah.
It's more like the foundation for building your online presence and attracting customers.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
And they start off with a powerful stat from HubSpot.
Okay.
They say businesses with blogs get 55% more visitors to their website.
Wow. 55%.
Yeah, think about that for a sec. You could see like over half, again, as much traffic just by adding a blog.
Just by adding a blog. That's amazing.
Yeah.
It really shows how much search engines really like websites that are offering fresh content consistently. And a blog is such a great way to do that.
Right.
It's like sending a signal to those search engines, letting them know you've got valuable information to share, which then, in turn, boosts your visibility to potential customers.
Makes total sense.
Yeah.
It's like you're inviting Google over for dinner and making sure there's always something new and tasty on the table.
I like that analogy.
And speaking of making your website attractive to those search engines, the guest blog dives into SEO,
Right.
search engine optimization, and how blogging plays a key role there.
Yeah, and they have a really good point about using keywords naturally.
Oh.
Now, I'm sure you know that keywords are those phrases that people type into search engines. But what I think is interesting here is the emphasis on targeting the specific keywords that your ideal customer would use.
Oh.
It's not just any old keyword. It's about connecting with the right audience.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
They even quote Neil Patel. He's a big name in digital marketing.
Not Neil Patel.
He said, blogging is one of the best ways to drive traffic to your website, establish your expertise, and improve your search engine rankings.
That's high praise coming from him.
Yeah, it's a pretty strong endorsement.
Yeah.
And what I thought was really insightful is how the guest blog encourages you to think about blogging not just as a way to get random visitors, but to actually nurture a loyal following.
Oh, that's a good point.
So they go into the power of using your blog to grow your email list.
Right, which is like having a direct line to people who are already interested in what you have to offer.
Now, that's what I call a captive audience.
Absolutely.
It's like setting up a VIP section on your website where you can share exclusive content and special offers.
Yeah, I like that.
But they don't stop there.
Okay.
The guest blog talks about how blog posts can be like repurposed and then shared across all the different social media platforms.
It's a content multiplier, right?
Yeah, allowing you to reach even more people with hardly any extra effort.
Minimal effort for maximum reach. I love it.
They make an excellent point, though, about not just posting a link on your social media. They actually suggest that you craft like a captivating intro that makes people actually want to click through to your blog posts.
Spark curiosity and entice your followers.
Yeah, so it's not just about pushing out content.
Right.
It's about pulling people in.
I like that distinction.
Now, let's change gears a bit and talk about how blogging can be a really powerful tool for attracting new customers.
Okay.
So each blog post is like another opportunity to be found online, right?
Exactly. Every time you publish a blog post, you're basically casting a line out into this vast ocean that is the internet.
Okay.
And the more hooks you've got in the water, the better your chances of catching a fish.
Or in this case, a new customer.
Exactly.
I love that analogy.
I thought you would.
Speaking of making your content enticing, the guest blog highlights how important it is to include clear calls to action in your posts.
Right. Give them a nudge in the right direction.
Yeah, it's like gently guiding your reader towards the next step, whether it's downloading a resource, signing up for a newsletter, or making a purchase.
Don't leave them hanging. Make it clear what you want them to do next.
So let's delve into one of the most valuable things about blogging, building trust. You know, it's not just about getting customers, it's about establishing yourself as like a reliable source of information in your industry.
Makes sense.
They even quote Seth Godin.
Oh, I love Seth Godin.
He said content marketing is the only marketing left.
That's a bold statement.
But when you think about it,
Yeah.
people are bombarded with ads and promotional messages. But when you consistently provide valuable, helpful content, it sets you apart.
It makes you stand out from the noise.
Right. It's like becoming a trusted friend, someone your audience can rely on for good advice and insightful information.
Right. And people are much more likely to buy from someone they trust.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I even cite a statistic that 82% of consumers feel more positive about a company after reading their content.
That's huge.
Yeah. Building that positive association is invaluable. And the guest blog post goes on to highlight how you can use blogging to strengthen your brand identity.
Oh, interesting.
It's about sharing your company's values, telling your story, and letting your personality shine through.
Right.
People want to connect with the human side of your business, not just the product or service you offer.
I completely agree. People buy from people.
And they mentioned that 60% of consumers enjoy reading relevant brand content. So it's not just about talking about your product features, it's about creating content that resonates with your target audience on a deeper level.
Okay.
So before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, let's touch on another benefit they discuss. Educating and engaging your readers.
Okay.
They talk about the power of how-to guides, industry updates, and success stories, right?
Yeah, good stuff.
What I found really interesting was their emphasis on finding the right balance between educational and engaging content.
Yeah.
You want to teach your readers, but you also want them to feel something, spark their curiosity and leave a lasting impression. It's like the difference between reading a textbook and having a really cool conversation.
I like that analogy.
You want to keep people interested in coming back for more.
For sure.
So we've talked about boosting website traffic, using SEO, growing your email list, fueling your social media strategy, attracting new customers, building trust, and even making your brand stronger.
It's a lot.
But we're not done yet, are we?
No, not even close.
Okay, so there's so much more to cover, especially when it comes to creating compelling content that your audience will love and optimizing it for those super important search engines.
Right.
So buckle up, because in part 2 of our deep dive, we're going to get even more tactical and practical in our exploration of blogging for business success.
I'm excited to get tactical.
There are a lot of junk websites on the internet. Cluttered, neglected, and forgotten. Nobody wants to visit a site with outdated information, broken links, and security vulnerabilities. That's why Naaman Creative is here to make the internet and your business more tidy. Don't let your website become a digital junkyard. Reach out to us today, and we'll make sure your website is well-maintained with fresh content to boost search rankings, keep visitors engaged, and grow revenue. Connect with us at info@naamancreative.com or visit our website at naamancreative.com to get started.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of blogging for business. In part 1, we talked about the compelling reasons why blogging is so important for online growth. Now let's focus on the how, the practical strategies and tactics that can really help you create a successful blog for your business.
Yeah, let's get into it.
So where should we start? I think we should start with the heart of it all, content creation.
Okay, yeah.
The key is to really understand your target audience.
Yeah.
What are their pain points? What are they struggling with? What questions are they asking? What kind of information are they actually searching for online?
Okay.
Once you have a crystal clear picture of who you're writing for, you can start brainstorming those blog post ideas that will truly resonate with them.
That makes sense.
It's kind of like planning a dinner party.
Yeah.
You need to know what your guests' preferences are before you start making the menu.
I like that. Yeah, makes total sense.
And just like a well-planned dinner party, your blog content should be a delightful experience for your audience.
Okay.
Should address their needs, provide information that's relevant and engaging.
Awesome. So what are some specific types of blog posts that would be effective for a business?
Well, there are honestly endless possibilities, but here are a few tried and true formats to get you started.
Okay.
So how-to guides are really popular.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, practical step-by-step instructions that teach your audience how to do something specific.
Okay.
For example, let's say you're a photographer.
Okay.
You could write a blog post on how to take professional-looking photos with just a smartphone.
Yeah, that's super useful.
People are always looking for practical tips and advice. It's like having a personal tutor right there on their phone.
That's true.
Another great option is industry updates.
Okay.
Keeping your audience informed about all the latest news, trends, and developments in your field, it's like a curated newsfeed that positions you as a thought leader and a go-to source for industry insights.
And that would keep people coming back for more, I would think.
Exactly.
Okay, I like that.
And of course, you can't forget about success stories.
Right.
Sharing case studies or testimonials that showcase how your products or services have actually helped real customers.
Okay.
It's incredibly powerful. It's social proof in action.
Right, so you're showing the value you bring to the table.
Now, if you're looking for a format that's easy to share, and people like to read,
Yeah.
listicles are always a hit.
Oh, yeah, I love a good listicle.
These are those scannable posts that give information in a list format. Think
Correct.
top 10 tips for, or 5 mistakes to avoid.
Yeah, those are great.
Yeah, they're really catchy. People love them.
I mean, they are bite-sized pieces of information that are easy to consume, especially if you're on the go.
Exactly. And last but not least, we have thought leadership pieces.
Okay.
This is where you can share your unique insights and perspectives on industry issues or challenges.
Oh, okay.
It's about taking a stand and showing your audience that you're not just following the crowd, you're forging your own path.
Yeah, love that. It's about establishing yourself as an innovator, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, no matter what kind of blog post you're creating, don't forget about the importance of visual content.
Okay, right.
Things like images, videos, infographics, other visuals, to break up the text and make your blog posts more appealing.
Yeah, because they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. And in the digital world, that's super true.
Absolutely. People are very visual these days.
So true. So we've brainstormed some ideas. Let's actually talk about the writing process.
Yeah.
How do you craft compelling content that people will actually want to read?
Right. The million-dollar question, there's no magic formula, but I do have a few tips.
Okay, yeah, let's hear them.
So first and foremost, you want to write in a clear, concise, and conversational style.
Yeah.
Avoid jargon. Avoid technical language that your audience might not understand.
Right, make it accessible.
Exactly. Think of it as having a friendly chat with your reader, not giving a lecture.
Right, like you're sitting down for coffee with a friend and sharing your knowledge.
Exactly. Another really important tip is to use strong headlines that grab attention.
Yeah, headlines are super important.
Right. Your headline is the first thing people see, so you want to make it catchy, make it intriguing. Think of it like a movie trailer.
Okay, yeah.
You want to pique their interest, make them want to see more.
It's the hook that reels them in.
Exactly. And speaking of hooks, don't underestimate the power of storytelling.
Okay.
People really connect with stories, so try to weave narratives into your blog posts.
Okay, I like that.
It could be a personal anecdote, a case study, or even just a fictional tale that illustrates your point.
Yeah, makes it more relatable.
You want to make it relatable, make it engaging.
And stories have a way of staying with us even after we've finished reading them.
Absolutely. To make your stories even more impactful, use real-world examples.
Oh,
Abstract concepts are much easier to understand when they're illustrated with concrete examples.
it's like bringing those concepts to life.
Exactly. Now, before you publish anything, you need to proofread.
Yeah, that's important.
Typos and grammatical errors can make you look really unprofessional and damage your credibility.
Yeah, no one wants that.
So take that extra time to make sure your content is polished and error-free.
Okay, good tip.
Now let's talk about a really important part of blogging that many people find intimidating, SEO, or search engine optimization.
Yeah, SEO can be a little scary.
This is where keywords come in.
Okay.
Remember, keywords are those terms that people use when they're searching online.
Right.
By using relevant keywords in your blog posts, you can increase the chances that your content will actually show up in those search results when people are looking for information related to your industry.
So it's like planting little signposts that guide those search engines to your content.
Exactly. Now the question is, how do you know which keywords to target?
Right, that's a good question.
Well, there are a number of keyword research tools online, both free and paid.
Oh.
And these tools can help you identify the keywords that are most relevant to your industry and your target audience.
Okay, so it's not just about choosing any old keyword.
Right. It's about choosing the right keywords for your specific goals.
Got it.
And once you've figured out your target keywords, the next step is, how do you actually use them in your blog posts?
Yeah, how do you do that naturally?
The key is to use them naturally throughout your content.
Oh.
Don't just stuff keywords into your content just for the sake of SEO. That can actually hurt you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, instead weave those keywords into your headlines, subheadings, the body text, and even image art text in a way that feels natural and readable.
So it's about finding that balance between writing for search engines and writing for humans.
Exactly. And don't forget about long-tail keywords.
Okay, what are those?
These are longer, more specific keyword phrases that target a niche audience.
Oh, okay.
So, for example, instead of targeting the keyword web design, you might target the long-tail keyword web design for small businesses in San Francisco.
Right, get a little more specific.
Exactly. It's about getting more specific and targeting those niche audiences who are more likely to be interested in your services.
Got it.
Now, keyword research and optimization is an ongoing process. Search algorithms are always changing and user behavior is always evolving, so you need to stay on top of your keyword strategy.
So it's a constant process of refining and adjusting.
Exactly. It's like tending a garden. You need to constantly nurture it to ensure optimal growth.
Okay, so we've talked about creating the content and optimizing it for SEO.
Right.
What about promoting your blog posts? How do you actually get people to read them?
Right. You can create amazing content, but if no one sees it, it's all for nothing.
Exactly.
That's where content promotion comes in.
Okay.
There are tons of strategies you can use to get your blog posts in front of the right people.
Okay. Like what?
Well, social media is a great tool. Share your blog posts on all your channels, engage with your followers.
So create a buzz around your content.
Exactly. Email marketing is another really effective strategy.
Okay.
Send your blog posts to your email subscribers who have already expressed an interest in what you have to offer.
Right. They've opted in, so they want to hear from you.
Exactly. It's a direct line to your most engaged audience.
Okay.
And never underestimate the power of guest blogging.
Oh, yeah. We talked about that a little bit earlier.
Right? Writing guest posts for other blogs in your industry allows you to reach entirely new audiences and build your credibility.
It's like borrowing someone else's platform to reach a wider audience.
Exactly. And then, if you have the budget for it, paid advertising can also be really effective.
Okay, so that would be things like Google ads and social media ads.
Right. You can target very specific demographics and interests.
So it's a way to get your content seen by a lot more people.
Now, the key thing to remember here is consistency is key.
Okay.
The more consistently you publish high-quality blog posts, the more traffic, leads, and brand awareness you'll build over time.
It's a long game.
It is. It's like building a house brick by brick.
I see, okay.
Each blog post adds to the overall structure and strength of your online presence.
So we've talked about why blogging is important, how to write great content, how to optimize it for search engines.
Right.
Now we're going to zoom in on guest blogging, a strategy that can really get you in front of a whole new audience.
Yeah, guest blogging is a great way to do that.
So we touched on it earlier, but it's really about using other established platforms in your industry to grow your reach and build authority.
Exactly. You're basically borrowing someone else's platform to share your expertise with a new group of people.
Right. It's like you're a guest speaker at a conference or you're contributing to a well-known publication.
Exactly. And it's a win-win for everyone involved.
Okay. So how does it benefit both sides?
Well, the blog that's hosting you gets fresh content from an expert, and you, as the guest blogger, you get to reach a new audience, you build credibility, and you get valuable backlinks to your own website.
So it helps with SEO?
Absolutely. Those backlinks are like gold for your SEO, and it'll drive traffic back to your own site.
Okay, so how do you actually find these guest blogging opportunities? Where do you start?
Well, you could start by just searching online for guest blogging opportunities in your specific industry.
Okay.
You can also look for blogs that have a Write for S page.
Okay.
That's a clear sign that they're looking for guest writers.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
And of course, you can always reach out to blogs that you already love and follow.
Oh, interesting. So even if they don't explicitly say they're looking for guest posts.
Right. Building relationships with other bloggers is a great way to get those opportunities.
So how do you go about doing that?
Engage with their content, leave thoughtful comments, share their posts on social media. Just get on their radar.
Show them that you're a valuable member of the community.
Exactly. And when you do reach out, make sure you pitch them something interesting, something that grabs their attention and shows them the value you bring.
So what are the key ingredients of a pitch that makes a blog owner say, yes, please, we need this on our blog?
Well, the first thing is to personalize your pitch. Address the blog owner by name. Mention something specific that you like about their blog or a particular post.
Oh, okay. So show them that you actually read their stuff.
Exactly. You've done your homework, and you're not just sending out a generic pitch to everyone.
Makes sense.
And then highlight your expertise, explain your background, why you're qualified to write for their audience. What insights can you offer that their readers will find valuable?
Okay, so show off your credentials a little bit.
Exactly. And to make your pitch even stronger, suggest a few specific topic ideas that would fit well with their blog.
So don't just say, I can write about anything.
Right. Show them that you've actually put some thought into it.
Gotcha.
And then keep your pitch concise and to the point. No one wants to read a novel in their inbox.
Just get to the point.
Exactly. Respect their time.
Okay, so even if you do all that, there's a chance you might get rejected, right?
Oh, absolutely. Rejection is part of the game.
So what do you do then?
Don't let it discourage you. It might just be a matter of finding the right fit. Not every blog is going to be a good match for you.
Okay, so it's like dating. Sometimes you just got to keep looking until you find the right one.
Exactly. Now, let's say your pitch gets accepted. What are some things to keep in mind when you're actually writing the guest post?
Okay, so we got the green light. Now what?
The first rule is to read those submission guidelines carefully.
Cool.
They'll tell you things like word count, formatting, style preferences, all the important stuff.
So know the rules of the game before you start playing.
Exactly. And make sure your guest post is not only informative, but also engaging and enjoyable to read.
Right, because you're writing for their audience, not your own.
Right. So take some time to understand what their readers are interested in.
Gotcha. And just like we talked about earlier, provide value to the audience. Give them actionable advice, insights, or tips that they can actually use.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to tell a story.
Oh yeah, stories are powerful.
They really are. They can help you connect with the audience and make your content more memorable.
Okay.
And to make your content even more engaging, use visuals like images, videos, or infographics.
It's like adding a little spice to the dish.
Exactly. And before you hit submit, make sure you include a call to action, a link to your website, your social media, or a free resource that you offer.
So make it easy for people to find you.
Exactly. So to wrap things up, guest blogging is a powerful strategy that can really help you grow your reach, build your credibility, and drive traffic back to your website.
It's a win-win for everyone.
Absolutely. And we hope you've learned a lot from this deep dive into the world of blogging for business.
Yes, the key is to just get started and keep experimenting to find what works best for you. So that's it for this episode of The Deep Dive. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.